we have proposed a total budget size of 1.62 trillion naira. Mr. Speaker, honorable members of this esteemed House, I stand before you today with profound gratitude and a renewed sense of purpose as we present the Enugu State 2026 to 2028 multi-year budget. A budget designed to consolidate our gains, accelerate growth, and deliver on our promise of a prosperous, modern, and competitive Enugu State. About 1 year ago, when I presented the second full-year budget of this administration, we were still in the early hours of a long night. The vision was clear, the destination defined, but the light was not yet visible. We could sense the dawn, but the sun had not yet broken the horizon. This past year, that changed. 2025 was the moment when the promise of our reforms became visible, when the first clear light of a new day shone across our states and confirmed that the dawn we felt was real. It was the year Enugu moved from anticipation to evidence, from hope to progress, from faith to fulfillment. Today, I am proud to report that we have made tangible strides. These gains are the product of disciplined fiscal management, bold economic reforms, and the rigor of our development agenda. They were reinforced by the diligent oversight of this honorable House. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I thank you most sincerely for your partnership, for your prompt consideration of the last budget, and for the seriousness with which you have approached this shared mandate. Your cooperation continues to strengthen the bond between the executive and legislative arms of government. And this can only be good for our people. As we approach the third year mark of our first term journey, your collaboration remains essential. It is so because while the 2025 budget yielded significant and encouraging outcomes, 2026 requires sustained action. This is not a year for easing the pace. It is a year of renewed momentum. Why? Because we are planning not just for the next fiscal cycle, but for the next generation. Our most strategic objective remains clear: to dramatically reduce dependency on federal allocations and build a self-sustaining state economy. We will grow our revenue base by improving efficiency, optimizing natural resources, and ensuring every sector contributes meaningfully, never by overburdening citizens. The budget in simple terms. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, let me put the performance of the 2025 budget in clear terms. We can see today that inflation has declined and it continues to trend downwardly. Interest rates have eased and the exchange rate has stabilized. And our foreign reserve has continued to be strengthened and recently hit over $46 billion mark. On our own end, our internally generated revenue is set to exceed 400 billion naira by the end of this year. It is not yet where we ultimately want to be, but it is already the highest IGR in the history of Enugu State, a 221% increase over the 2024 IGR. Although, by the end of the fourth quarter of 2025, we would have already brought a revenue of 826 billion in total revenue. Now to the spending. We have spent 138 billion on salaries, pensions, and essential government services, which is about 92% of our planned spend for this year. And crucially, we invested 667 billion in capital projects, roads, schools, hospitals, water infrastructure, transport terminals, and revived state assets. When you put everything together, at the end of the year, we would have delivered about 83% of the overall budget. Mr. Speaker, in plain language, by the end of the year, almost everything we planned for 2025 will already be in place. This does not mean that the remaining projects have stalled. It simply means that they are in motion, with the largest one speaking. As you know, a lot of this speaks during the dry season, so November, December is going to be the peak of those projects, the final quarter. And then, let me just give you a quick breakdown of our revenue performance in 2025. Our recurrent revenue was originally budgeted, and our recurrent revenue is largely from FAC and IGI. We had projected or budgeted 692 billion. We actually got from both FAC and IGR, we received 676 billion, and that is 97.7% performance. In our capital receipts, we budgeted 278 billion, and we actually received 150 billion. That's a receipt of 53.7%. So, in all, if you look at the total inflow, the budget is, as I said earlier, 971 billion. The total inflow that came is 826 billion, and giving you a performance of over 85%. On the expenditure side of things, we budgeted 133 billion on our current expenditure. We came back to you to revise those figures. The revised figure came to 150 billion. The actual as at date is 138 billion. Again, giving a performance of 92.2%. In the capital expenditure side of things, we originally budgeted 837 billion. We came to you to revise that figure to 820 billion. And today, the actual spend on the capital side is 667 billion, giving a performance of 81.2%. So overall, the total budget was 971 billion, and the actual is 805 billion, giving a performance rate of 82.9%. Mr. Speaker, distinguished members, let me present the overall picture of our 2025 spending in clear terms. So far, we have spent 806 billion. This means we have utilized 97.5% of all the money that came into the state and achieved 83% of the total budget implementation against a revised budget of 971 billion. This is what gives us the momentum to carry into the 2026 to 2028 budget. Mr. Speaker, moving forward into the 2026-2028 budget. In the year ahead, Enugu will move from laying foundations to scaling transformation across every sector. We have built the base. Now we lead the entire system. In education, after completing 260 primary schools, we move upward into secondary and tertiary development with new smart secondary schools and technical and vocational colleges. In infrastructure, we shift from opening roads to delivering an unprecedented expansion, reconnecting communities, markets, and industry across the state. Our transport upgrade steps up sharply. The fleet grows, more buses coming in, more terminals, more taxis, more aircraft. A bigger, cleaner, more organized system for our people. Tourism moves from a few upgraded sites to a full visitor economy. with new attractions taking shape across the state. Our major state assets begin to build again, and long dormant facility return to full productivity. All 260 farm estates gain full traction, pushing agriculture to scale. At the center of this expansion is the new Enugu Smart City, moving from groundwork to real construction, with land and infrastructure sales set to generate major revenue for the state. The 2026 budget high-level overview. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, with these initiatives in mind, and with our commitment to keep Enugu firmly on its growth path,
agriculture and expanding